Welcome to our Asian Star Trend channel. Today we have the following news, hope you and your friends follow along. Feng Shaofeng talks about the reason for his divorce from Zhao Liying, revealing the truth about their separation 3 years later. No wonder she is the winner from Fairy Tale to Grit. Zhao Liying's stunning transformation has everyone talking when Zhao Liying appeared on the big screen wrapped in a prison gray cotton coat, hair unkempt and face streaked with grime. Gasps rippled through the audience. Was that really her, China's reigning sweetheart, fresh off a double Best Actress win? Gone was the dainty starlet the public adored. In Sunflower Facing the Sun, Zhao brandished a knife in a chilling standoff that tore through her saccharine image like paper. What emerged was raw, fierce, and unforgettable. The internet exploded. "She's unrecognizable and brilliant," one viewer tweeted. "I forgot she was acting." Critics lauded her courage to abandon glamour for grit. But just as the film soared past 30 million yuan at the box office, an unexpected twist stole the spotlight. In a quiet Shanghai cafe, her ex-husband Feng Shaofeng was spotted on a blind date. Yes, the same Feng who once shocked the nation by marrying Zhao in a whirlwind romance, and then divorcing her just as swiftly. That brief, enigmatic chapter of their lives once shelved was suddenly trending again, with fans speculating, coincidence or cosmic irony. The juxtaposition is cinematic in itself. While Zhao conquers the screen in one of her most daring roles, Feng retreats into the background, sipping lattes and seeking new beginnings. Watching Zhao shed not only physical beauty but emotional safety, viewers are left with more than entertainment. They see the cost of reinvention, the weight of silence, and perhaps a strange kind of poetic justice. And isn't that what great stories do? Make us laugh, ache, and wonder what's real, what's performance, and where the line blurs love, secrets, and speed. The whirlwind marriage that stunned a nation when 31-year-old Zhao Liying announced her marriage. Fans weren't popping champagne, they were popping questions. Why him? Why so fast? Her groom, Feng Shaofeng, was 9 years older. Not a scandal in itself, but his past entanglements with actresses like Nini and Lin Yun cast long shadows. But the real shock came in the details. There was no grand wedding banquet, no fairy tale ceremony. Just a flash of red marriage certificates, and then straight to the maternity ward. 6 months later, their son, affectionately nicknamed Xiong, was born. The speed was dizzying. To many, it felt less like a love story and more like a bureaucratic sprint. Was this marriage or just a race to register the child? Meanwhile, rumors swirled. Insiders whispered about Feng's mother, who reportedly shed more tears than joy. Some said the prestigious Feng family wasn't ready for a daughter-in-law from humble beginnings, even if she was a superstar. And yet, Zhao said nothing. No explanations, no rebuttals. Just her usual quiet resilience. She kept working, kept rising until the headlines weren't about her marriage anymore, but about her performances, her power, her reinvention. Looking back, their union feels less like a fairy tale and more like a cautionary drama, one that left the audience stunned, uncertain, and undeniably hooked. Because in a world obsessed with perfect romances, Zhao Liying's real-life story reminded everyone, sometimes, the most gripping plot twists are the ones you never see coming behind closed doors. The mother-in-law, the actress, and the cost of not fitting in the quiet stillness of a vintage Western-style house in Shanghai's upscale Jing'an district. Feng Shaofeng's mother still murmurs her regrets. If only they'd had a daughter. It's a line heavy with more than wistfulness. According to insiders, the elder Mrs. Feng harbored 2 long-standing grudges against Zhao Liying. First, Zhao returned to work just 3 months after giving birth, diving headfirst into filming while still recovering. Second, her humble origins from rural Hebei, a background that never quite fit the blueprint of the refined, high-society daughter-in-law Mrs. Feng envisioned. No matter how successful Zhao became, how many awards she collected, or how many hearts she moved on screen, for some, it was never enough to erase where she came from. Ironically, Feng Shaofeng once joked in an episode of Adventure Life, "My mom says," a phrase that quickly became immaterial online. At the time, it was just banter. Fans laughed. But in hindsight, it reads like a warning. That phrase wasn't just part of a script. It was a mirror held up to the quiet but powerful influence that loomed over their brief, volatile marriage, a mother's standards, a daughter-in-law's silence, a love story quietly chipped away by expectations no one dared name aloud. In the end, Zhao may have walked away from the marriage, but she didn't walk away defeated. She returned to the screen fiercer, sharper, and more unapologetically herself, turning whispers into applause, and rejection into fuel. Sometimes, not being good enough for someone else's standard is the first step to becoming more than anyone ever expected. A bed left cold, a career burning bright. Inside the quiet end of Zhao Liying's marriage on the set of The Story of Minglin, everyone remembered the on-screen chemistry between Zhao Liying and her second uncle co-star. Their scenes were so sweet, fans coined them sugar bombs, but behind the scenes, reality was far less idyllic. Every night, Zhao would sneak away to video call her young son, whispering lullabies through the screen to coax him to sleep. Meanwhile, Feng Shaofeng, after wrapping up work, was routinely chauffeured not home to his wife and child but back to his mother's house in Shanghai. For 2.5 years, their lives ran parallel, not intertwined. Zhao balanced motherhood with relentless filming schedules. Feng drifted into the comforting familiarity of his childhood home. Their marriage became a quiet tug-of-war between duty, distance, and unmet expectations, and so, like the ticking of a Shanghai clock, the end came undramatic, but final. The ornate brass-handled marriage bed in the Feng household remained untouched, its emptiness speaking volumes. Zhao, on the other hand, poured herself into work with a fire that couldn't be extinguished. From The Story of Xingfu to Wild Bloom, her calendar filled up as fast as her heart emptied. There was no public fallout, no accusations. Just the slow fade of two people growing in opposite directions. Zhao Liying didn't just move on, she moved up. And in doing so, she reminded us, some stories aren't meant to end with a kiss, but with a woman choosing her path, her peace, and her power. High heels and high ground, Zhao Liying's post-divorce rise and her ex's quiet descent. Since her divorce, Zhao Liying has been moving in fast forward. It's as if the moment she shed the title of Mrs. Feng, she stepped onto a bullet train headed straight for the top. From a rural girl in Hebei to a Dior ambassador and Fashion Award-winning actress, Zhao hasn't just climbed the ladder, she's rewritten its rungs. In 10-centimeter heels, she stomped on the gossip whispered by Shanghai's elite, silencing every backhanded remark about her background with elegance and unshakable grit. The message was clear, she didn't need a rich family, she built her own empire. Meanwhile, Feng Shaofeng's trajectory couldn't be more different. His performance in last year's Within Marriage, Beyond Marriage drew criticism for being lackluster, with netizens mocking his wandering eyes and disconnected energy. As for his love life, it's been filled with quiet cafe sightings alongside internet celebrities and barely known actresses, each encounter only reinforcing the nickname that now haunts him online, Shanghai Mama's Boy. The contrast is striking, poetic. Even while Zhao commands the screen and red carpets with effortless authority, Feng has faded into a soft blur, more defined by the women around him than by any project of his own. In the end, Zhao Liying didn't just walk away from her past, she sprinted toward a future where she sets the terms. From single mom to industry queen, Zhao Liying's silent triumph over doubt and tradition. Even the sharpest tongues in the entertainment world, the so-called morality monitors, have started to catch on. Feng Shaofeng's portrayal of the monk Tang Sanzang in The Monkey King 3 was always a little too rooted in Jinggan District's Shikumen alleys, haunted by tradition, bound by comfort. Meanwhile, Zhao Liying was breaking chains. In Wild Bloom, when she uttered the line, "I know the odds are slim, but I still want to fight for it," she wasn't just in character, she was speaking to every critic who had ever doubted her. Today, she's living proof of that battle. One hand clutching a hooting award, the other holding her young son's hand while strolling through Universal Studios. Zhao didn't just survive, she soared. She didn't marry into a wealthy family. She became one who could forget that post-divorce airport photo. Her dark circles couldn't hide the exhaustion. Cradling her toddler, barely holding herself together, the public whispered, "She won't last." Single mom? She'll fade. But Zhao chose action over pity. In just 8 months, she filmed 3 dramas, pouring her sweat into roles that turned sympathy into standing ovations. The narrative shifted. The doubts dissolved. The silence of her critics said everything. And as for Feng, while Zhao scripts her own future, He's left choosing between Michelin dinners on the bund or helping his mother wrap shepherd's purse dumplings back in the old house. In the end, her story isn't just one of resilience, it's a quiet revolution.